Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another WIP and Chat. WIP stands for work in progress, so go ahead and pull out whatever you're working on, if it's diamond painting or crochet or cross stitch or jewelry or whatever you're doing, and we will work together on our projects and we'll have a little bit of a chat. Today I am working on a diamond painting, and yes, it is still floating along by Jeremiah Kettner. I feel like the slowest person on earth because I've been working on this since the beginning of January. But to be fair, I've been working on other projects too. In between, I wanted to get this done by the end of January because it was for an event, but I just didn't meet the deadline. But also life has just been lifing. And so here I am. This is me. I am, so yes, Floating Along by Jeremiah Kettner. It is from Diamond Art Club. I am using, I say the same stuff every week, so I feel like I'm being a little bit redundant, but my favorite pens from Enabler's Outpost. I will link them down below. I have just some wax that I made in this one. I use this for the AB drills. And then I have putty in this one. I am using this cute resin tray that I made. I have been going crazy making some resin stuff. So I also made this little cover minder, which is, well, it's a trash minder because you can put your trash drills in here. And it's got like a little magnet on the back so I can hold back my plastic sheet here. So I'll just pull this back. So yeah, I've been going crazy making all this resin stuff, which has been very fun. I love playing with glitter. So any excuse to play with glitter. So let me show you some of the other ones that I've made. I made this one yesterday. It's got like gold flake in it. And on the one end, hopefully you can see, it's like a pearl white. And then this end is like an aqua color. And then let me grab the other two actually. I have this one that is a pretty lilac color and iridescent like pearl glitter in it. Really big chunky glitter in there, which I love. And sorry for all the crinkling. I just have them in bags like to protect them. And then this one I love because it's got like this, it's like black but with this blue-green shifty glitter. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on recently. And then I have some little cover minders that match those trays as well. So that has been fun. Before we start diamond painting, I thought we could look at the page a day calendar. Yesterday was the 7th, and so our page said, "Love myself deeply. Today I trust that I have everything it takes to rise above any challenges." Okay. So today it says, "Manifest and attract. Today I summon resilience and strength to achieve my dreams." I just love these little page a day calendars. This one is called Focus Pocus, and each day is just things about like manifesting and positive thinking and just things like that. So, okay, very good. I'm going to move this off to the side, and we will get started on our little square over here. All right. So yes, it is February 8th. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's right before work. Oh, I'm also using a tray from Bella Art de Nicole, which I will link below. Let's do the blue. Let's do A. Okay. So yeah, so life has been a little bit meh this past week or so. If you have watched my past WIP and Chats and maybe you saw my community post, you know that my nan was really sick and she was in the hospital. And she was supposed to be going to a nursing home. And they thought she was going to be going like pretty soon. Well, last Wednesday, my mom called me and told me that there was a change in her condition and she was really going downhill. And so unfortunately on Friday night, she did pass away. So a lot of you may already know that because I did put up a community post just to let people know that that did happen. And originally I had thought about like maybe just taking a break from the channel and social media because the way I felt on like Friday night, Saturday, I felt like I just couldn't do anything. Like I just couldn't even function in life ever again. But then, you know, after kind of thinking about it and having a meltdown, I really kind of thought about it and it was like, that's not what my nan would do. Like, she was seriously like tough as nails, no nonsense. And she wouldn't want that. She would be mad at me, honestly, if she knew that I did that. So I made a decision that I'm just going to work harder at everything in life and make her proud. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm still going to take care of myself. And if I need a break, then I will take one. But right now I feel good. And, you know, I spent a lot of time just like talking to my family and talking to friends. And, you know, we shared pictures and stories about my nan. And she was 90 years old. She had just turned 90 in January. And she lived a really beautiful, full, amazing life. She was a fantastic mother and grandmother and just a really strong person. And I learned so much from her, and I hope to just carry a lot of the things that I learned from her throughout my life. One of the things is just her strength and her stoicism, which I probably could stand to gain more of that, honestly. Like I said, you know, she was 90 years old and she was born and raised in Liverpool, England. And so she grew up in Liverpool, which is the major, or one of the major port cities in England. And so it was massively bombed during World War II. And so my nan lived through that. She survived through the Blitz in England. So constantly, you know, living through air raids and just constantly being bombed in England, and just wartime in general was very rough, but they made it through. And, you know, being from Liverpool, it is a city that is kind of rough in a lot of ways. But it's a city that has a very tough and robust spirit. If you're from Liverpool, you probably know what I'm talking about, or maybe you've heard about it. In Liverpool, that's where the Beatles are from. In Liverpool, a lot of people refer to people from Liverpool as Scousers, which is like a nickname, which I think originally it was supposed to be derogatory maybe, but I think it's one of those things that people have sort of embraced now, and like, it's like a badge of honor thing. And Scousers are known to be like very, very kind of like tough and, what do you call it? Like, they just have a strong spirit and a strong will. And I think my nan was just very much like that. She just was a tough old lady. I don't know. She also had breast cancer, and she was really tough and fought through that and was in remission, and that was really great. I mean, she really beat it and lived a long, happy life after that. So she was just an amazing person. And she was funny too. She had a very funny sense of humor, and she always had like a very big reaction to things. And so like anytime we were watching anything funny, or like somebody told a joke or something dramatic happened, she would always have a really big reaction. And like her laugh was like, she just had a huge laugh. Or if something dramatic or scary would happen, she would have like a big gasp, like, and she'd always like grab your arm, like if something like suspenseful was happening. She was just like very dramatic like that. Like, I don't know, just like when it came to like watching movies and stuff. And, but at the same time, like very stoic when she needed to be, like, if that makes sense. And she, like, wouldn't let anybody get to her, like, I don't know. I remember, I'll put in a picture of the two of us. I remember one of the last times I went over to England to visit her. We went out shopping in Liverpool, and she was like, I don't know, like, it's funny because I didn't grow up in Liverpool. Like, I moved to the States when I was 4. And so even though I have like the influence of my family from England, I still have the influence of living in America for almost all my life. And so like I have like this weird mixture of cultures in my background. But when I go to England, like some of the things are kind of like a culture shock in some ways. And so anyway, I'll put this picture in of her and I. We were like downtown Liverpool, and we went shopping, and I was fussing about something. I think it's because I was fussing about like the stores being crowded, because I mean, I live out in the country and I'm not used to like the stores and everything being so crowded like they are in Liverpool. And so she was making fun of me for being such a baby. And so then I got kind of like mad at her for making fun of me. And so I remember sitting at this bus stop, and she was like telling me not to be so sensitive and not be such a baby because I was in Liverpool and I was just acting like a baby. I mean, like, she's just like so funny, and like she's like, you just have to understand that like this is the way that we are, and we make fun of everybody, and you just need to calm down. Like, I don't know, she just would tell it how it is, you know. She was really funny. But I love this picture because it was a really fun day, actually, and like I just really like that picture. It's a good memory of her telling me to calm down and to just stop being such a baby, and like, I don't know. It was just such a good day, and like we went out to lunch, and she loved to go shopping. And so every time I would go and visit her, like that's all she wanted to do was like to take me shopping. She really, really loved that. And yeah, she loved to like go out to eat and go shopping. And she loved to give gifts. Like that was a huge thing to her. And so she would always just kind of agonize about making sure she always had like the perfect gifts for people, and make sure she had a card for like every event. That was always really important to her. And so like she really cared. She really, really cared about making sure that she was always giving to people. And just even small stuff, like if people in her street were like sick or not feeling well, she would make sure to take them like, you know, a bowl of soup or a bottle of Sprite or a bunch of flowers, or, you know, just something. Like she was always thinking about other people. Just a really sweet person. But yeah, but she also had like this silly, goofy side. And so like she loved to like dress up. And I wish my mom would have found it, but I don't think she found it yet. There's this funny picture of when I was about 6 years old of like she loved to like dress up. And of course, like when I was a kid, I loved to dress up too. And my nan came to visit us in the States, and we have this cute picture of her and I dressed up as brides. And it's a really cute picture, but then for some reason, so we were dressed up as brides and we had like these like pillowcases on our heads as veils or something, you know. And then for some reason we also had skis on, because I think my dad and my mom got new skis, like I think it was around Christmas time or something. So like we're dressed up as brides and we have skis on. I don't know. It's such a funny picture, but I was hoping my mom would find it, but I haven't heard from her yet. Although she, of course, is also very busy with, you know, just sorting out things in England right now. So I thought that I was going to have to go to England very soon. But actually not. It will be in the upcoming months. We will be doing like a celebration of life thing. My family's a little bit scattered across the globe. I have family in England. I have family in Australia and New Zealand. And so we are going to be doing a celebration of life in England in the upcoming months, like when everybody can be there and be together. So it will not be right now. It will be soon, but not right now. So yeah. So it's been a little bit of a stressful week, and I think the main thing is just, I feel really sad. Obviously, I mean, like, it's an obvious statement. I feel really sad. I think it just brings up, like, I don't know. It just brings up a lot of different emotions. But I think I feel sad because I don't have my nanny anymore. And it just feels, the world feels really weird now, like, that she's not here anymore. But I think I also feel really sad for my mom. Like, that is part of the hardest part for me. Is I just feel sad for my mom, and I feel like I don't know what to do to help her. And of course, it is just made harder by the fact that we're dealing with this, like, internationally. Like, it's not easy for anybody whenever this happens, but it just throws in, like, kind of an extra layer of hard, I think, when you're having to deal with it and you're in another country, and just, I don't know, it's just a little bit hard. But we have an amazing family in England that has, like, stepped up and just helped and, like, been amazing. So, like, all of the cousins and aunts and uncles and just the entire family is, you know, they're all upset and devastated as well. But they have been there to help and just, like, you know, like, pick my mom up from the airport and to have somewhere to stay and all of those things. So that is very helpful. So they're amazing people. Just, you know, that's what family's for, you know. But they're amazing. So I've been feeling just a little bit, like, absent-minded, though, because I don't know, I'm like, my mind just keeps going there, and I do find it's a little bit hard to concentrate, like, especially at work. Like, when I'm doing this, when I'm diamond painting, like, it helps me so much, you know. It just helps with, like, my anxiety, and it I can lose myself in it a little bit. But like at work, I don't know what it is. I just like, I don't know. I guess because I'm just sitting there typing, like my brain tends to wander and I just start thinking about sad stuff. So with crafts, I feel like it's easy to distract myself. So I'll tell you another story of my nan being tough as nails. So she, when she was like in her 60s, let me think about if that timing is right. So she just turned 90. Yeah, so she would have been like in her 60s. She came to visit us in the US and we all went camping. My family used to camp a lot when we were kids. And we used to always go to this bike trail in Wisconsin where you would camp on the bike, so there was a campsite on the bike trail that we would stay at, and then you take your bikes and you go on this big, oh my gosh, sorry, the the cars outside are so loud today. You would go like on this bike trail, and it was actually an old railway, and some people may know of it. It's where we used to go camping was in Sparta, Wisconsin. And so you go on this old railway that is no longer a railway, and it goes through these big long tunnels though, and you ride your bike along it, and it's really, really fun. And so we used to do that like every summer when we were kids. Well, this one year, my nan was over with her sister, so like my auntie came as well, and we went camping and they came with us and they rode bikes too, which like, so already they were troopers for even entertaining this, because I don't know if I was in their position if I would have wanted to do that, like so we rented them bikes, and they were troopers and they were like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. So we're riding these bikes along, and all of a sudden, I really don't know what happened. I think that maybe my nan's bike hit a root like in the trail, and all of a sudden her bike tipped over and she fell off her bike, and I don't know that she even made a noise or anything. Like she fell off her bike, and I don't think she screamed or anything, but she said like my mom's name. And so then we all stopped, and like I think we had to turn around because like we were ahead of her maybe. And we turned around and we went back, and like she didn't cry or anything. And we didn't know like how injured she was or anything, but like her arm really hurt. And so she couldn't ride back to the campsite, and so somebody had to go get a truck, and like we got her bike and we drove her back to the campsite. Well, then we had to take her to the emergency room. She broke her arm. The poor thing broke her arm by falling off this bike, and she never cried once. And then like she just, she was on vacation to the US, broke her arm, like, but she was so tough about it and never complained. And then she had to fly all the way back to England with this broken arm. Like, she was just tough, and like she just got on with it. She didn't complain. She was fine. But it's just, I don't know. That's just who she was though. She just got on with it. She like wasn't going to let it ruin her time, and But it was funny because, so we were sitting there at the campsite after she came back from the hospital, and there was some other little kids in our group that were with us. And the one little kid, he must have been like 4 years old or something. He was like friends of the family, And he went up to my nan and he was like, "Did you die?" My nan is like, "No, I didn't die. I just broke my arm." So that's just a funny story. I've never even broken a bone. I don't even know what it feels like, but I imagine it really hurts. She's just like a tough little old lady. Like, she was not very tall at all. Like, both of my grandparents are really short. Like, I don't even know if she was 5 foot. I don't think she was. I think she's like 4'11". And, you know, she used to go like grocery shopping by herself every day. She'd just like jump on the bus and like, you know, just push past the crowds in Liverpool and just like do her own thing, you know. She was just tough. She really liked music. Both my grandparents really love music. And I remember one year, now this was a while ago, obviously, because, you know, I'm talking about a CD player here, but we bought them like their first CD player, and we bought them like a huge discography of like the Beatles and like Doris Day and just a whole bunch of different artists of like music that they would have loved like when they were younger. And they really loved that, and they would just like turn it on, and they loved to sing and like dance to it and stuff. It was really cute. And they loved to tell stories about like when they were younger and how they met and things like that. And they were married for a very long time, and they, you know, my grandparents really, really loved each other. And I do worry about my granddad because he is very much a caretaker, and he took really good care of my nan, and like that was very important to him. I mean, they took care of each other, but I think he took care of her more than anything else. And now I feel like he's gonna be kind of lost, maybe. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I feel like he needs something or somebody to take care of. So I think he's going to be a little bit lost without her. I also think she kind of kept him like a little even keeled too, you know, like if he was like getting upset or like overreacting to something, she would kind of calm him down. So she's not there to do that now, and so we'll kind of see what happens, I guess. But my mom is there with him now, and then my uncle will be there soon, and then my stepdad is going to be there in a few days as well. So that'll be good. So like, because part of my concern is just like my mom getting a little bit of burnout too, because she's been back and forth to England so many times now over the last few months, and so I'm just really glad that like my stepdad is going to be there with her very soon, and you know, it's concerning. Just I don't want her to get like burnt out and have to do everything. So it's hard. I love my job, but like one thing that is a little bit hard is it is hard to get like time away. And so like, I mean, I guess I could take like unpaid time or whatever if I really needed to, but I just have to like plan it carefully. And I was really concerned because I have never had to take bereavement time before. And I was concerned about how that worked because my company, you know, does allow several days for bereavement time, but I was concerned about like, I don't need to take it right now. I need to take it like in a few months when the actual services are going to be held. And so I was like, is there like a time limit? Maybe that's a silly question, but like, is there a time limit where, like, I just thought that maybe they would be suspicious or something. Like if, you know, my grandma died in February, but then I'm going to use my bereavement time like several months later. Are they going to question that? And so I did email HR yesterday to ask them like how that works. And I explained the situation, like they're in another country. The rest of my family lives in several other countries. Like, you know, and so they were really nice about it. And they said, absolutely, no problem. Like you can take it whenever you need to, as far as like when the celebration of life is going to be. And so that was really good. So yeah, they did say that they would allow me to use it whenever I need it. So that's good. You know, my first instinct was like, I want to just like fly over there right now and just be there and all this stuff. But like, there actually isn't anything for me to do there right now. Like it's, like now it just would not be the time for me to go there. Although I want to, like, I just want to be there for my mom. You know, but it's a big trip to take, and it's expensive too, and it's just, you know, so I don't know. I feel like I am definitely rambling. Part of it is just because I have a lot on my mind, and part of it is I feel nervous, like, talking about this. Like, I just feel, I don't know. I feel nervous talking about it, I guess. I am hoping to finish this diamond painting, like, hopefully this week. I am probably more than 3/4 done. I cannot wait to get it done because I want to hang it up. I'm very excited about it. And I've been working on a couple other tiny projects, which I want to do a small project finish video to show the small projects that I've finished. And I mean, I always have like unboxing videos and just different video ideas that I want to do. So I will be getting those out shortly as well. Craft room still on hold due to the weather. Although I got, so yeah, barn doors is still on hold. I got some new organizers to put up though, and my husband helped me hang up some new pictures in here. So it's looking cute, just not done yet. And then I swear every week, my husband and I kind of do the same thing. So the craft room is my space, and then the garage is like his space. And every week the same thing happens. I'm like, I need to clean my craft room and get it organized. And so I do. And then I start crafting, and then I just completely destroy it and it gets unorganized. And he does the same thing with the garage. Every single week he's like, I need to clean the garage and organize the garage. And he does, and it looks beautiful. And then he does a project and it's like destroyed again. So I need to organize. It just gets, I don't know, I just start pulling every single thing out. And then part of the problem is I have some items that kind of fit like multiple genres of crafts. And so what happens is I'll start a project and then I'm like, oh, I need, okay, so like for the resin, you know, you use glitter. Well, you can use glitter in multiple different crafts. So like my glitter was in like another box. And then I also wanted to put mica powder in it. Well, I had the mica powder in the soap making stuff. And so like I had to dig that out. So there's just like always digging boxes out to find stuff. I swear I've got stuff for just about every craft in here. This really is like just my happy place though. Like, on Saturday when I got up, was kind of in denial a little bit. And so I came in my craft room and I started organizing and I started like making some bracelets and just working on little things here and there. Well, then I started thinking about things and had a meltdown and had to just stop. And then I just watched movies for the rest of the day. And then, so yeah, I just didn't do anything after that on Saturday. I just kind of vegged out and like, we ended up having a cheat day. We ended up having pizza. I've mentioned it before, but like we've been doing keto and low carb, no gluten. But we did have a cheat day on Saturday and had pizza, and which I don't know was kind of a mistake because then we felt really awful on Sunday. And so I'm really not looking forward to doing that again. It honestly made us feel just awful. Like my stomach hurt so bad and it wasn't that fun. And my husband's allergies totally flared up and he was miserable. So then on Sunday, I woke up and I felt kind of renewed a little bit, even though like my stomach hurt. And then I felt like I need to kind of push through and do some stuff. So I did more crafty stuff and did some diamond painting and resin stuff and whatnot. And so I felt like I can't, I allowed myself to be useless for one day and be, have a meltdown for one day. And that's not to say I'm not still sad. I do still have moments of like crying, and I had a mini meltdown yesterday actually at work. It's so funny because I work with my best friend and she's really awesome and like just could not ask to work with a better person, but so she's like, she always checks on me and stuff. And I started crying. Oh, I know why. Because do you guys do this? I feel like when I'm sad and I'm having a moment, I feel like when people are nice to me, it makes it worse. So like if I'm already crying and sad and somebody is nice to me about it, it just makes it worse and I cry more. So I had sent an email to my boss, just explaining to her. I said, I put in my time for my bereavement. It's going to be in a few months. Here's why. And I explained to her, and she already knows the deal, but like, I just wanted to explain to her why it was so far away. And, so when she looked at it, she wasn't like, what the heck? And, so she wrote back a really sweet message, saying like, I understand. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine how you feel, yada, yada. And, so that was like a really nice message, but it made me cry. So like, because she was being like so nice to me. And so like, I had this little mini meltdown at work, and I work from home. Nobody sees me. So it's like, if I cry, nobody knows that I'm crying. But then, as I'm having like this little meltdown, 3 people are like asking me to do stuff for them. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have a panic attack. Like, just because, I'm in the middle of a meltdown, people need stuff from me. So I messaged my best friend and I'm like, can you help me? I need help. And she's like, she took a minute to get back to me because she was busy in the middle of something. And by the time she got back to me, I had managed to like calm down, and I was like, nothing, I'm just having a mini meltdown is all. And she was like, oh, okay. She's like, I'll help you, it's not a problem. And I'm like, no, really, I'm good. I just panicked for a minute. I haven't really shared with anybody at work. Like, the only people that really know are like my best friend, obviously, because I tell her everything, and my boss knows. My boss already knew because we're friends on Facebook, and so she had seen that I posted on Facebook about it. And I think those are the only two people at work really that know, and the HR person who helped me. But I train a lot of people at work on stuff, and I don't want them to like feel like they can't ask me for help or talk to me, like if they think that I'm like having a bad day or that I'm sad or something. So like I'm just not going to like really share it. I just don't want to put that on anybody, like, and make them feel like they can't come to me because they think I'm having a bad day or something. So I just don't, I tend not to tell people stuff like that. Like, you know, it's business as usual. My best friend, on the other hand, she knows. She knows I'm having a meltdown. She knows what I'm like. I mean, she knows. She's known me for a long time, and she's also worked with me for a long time, so she understands. Let's see, what time are we at? Oh, 7:35. I do have to go in a minute so that I can edit this really quickly and get it up before I start work. So I hope everybody is having a great week so far. This week is actually going kind of fast, which I'm grateful for. I'm just working for the weekend, to be honest with you, this week. I don't know. I don't have any big plans for the weekend. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I just need the escape of like crafting and just doing fun stuff and not being at work. That's what I need. I need to make a big thing of chili today because my husband, they're having a chili cook-off tomorrow. So I will be doing that on my lunch break today. And I don't know. It's kind of weird because we live in the Cincinnati area, and this might be a unpopular opinion around here, but the Cincinnati chili is, it's not something that I can jump on board with. It's not my thing. And so I don't know, like, when he takes my chili to work, if people like it or not, because I do not make chili the way that they make it here. So I'm not sure how it will go over, but it is what it is. So we were talking about it last night. He's like, I need you to make chili for work. And I was like, okay. I was like, but I'm making Illinois chili because, like, we're from Illinois originally. I was like, I'm making Illinois chili, not Ohio chili. And he's like, okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they put in it here, but it's not chili. And I've tried to like it. I just cannot jump on board with the Cincinnati chili. Actually, the first time I had it, so when we first moved out here, we were out here for a temporary assignment. And so we were actually living like in temporary housing, and it was a whole thing. But the first time we tried it, we went to Skyline Chili, because everybody's like, oh, you gotta have Skyline Chili. And we were really excited, and we're like, okay, we're gonna get Skyline Chili. And we had like chili dogs, and don't get me started on the hot dogs, because the hot dogs are not the same here either. But so anyway, the first time we had Skyline Chili, we had like these chili dogs, and I remember actually liking them. And then the next time my husband's sister and kids came to visit, and they really wanted to go to Skyline Chili because they had never had it before. And we went, and it was not good. And then like after that, I was like, I can't do it. Like, it was just like not good. I don't know. So I don't know. Comment down below. What are some like regional things that you like or don't like, or like maybe some unpopular opinions you have on food? I think the Cincinnati chili one is probably an unpopular opinion that I have. It's like not good. Some other things. So yeah, the hot dog thing, you can't get good hot dogs here. I just love a Chicago dog. Like, that's my favorite thing. Italian beef you cannot get here. Let me know in the comments if you know what Italian beef is and if you've had it. Can't get that around here. And there's no good pizza around here either, I'm sorry to say. But anyway, that makes it special for when I visit family back in Illinois. So anyway, I am going to end it here because I do have to run to work. I hope everybody is having a great day and a great week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you.